So in today's practical, we are going to learn about the service of brandy.
Brand.
Along with the service of brandy, we are also going to learn about the service of starter. So in this particular practical, we are not only going to learn about the brandy, but we are also going to learn about one of the starters that will go along with the brandy, apart from the complementary starter that we generally serve along with any kind of drinks, depending upon the policy of the hotel to hotel. So when we say brandy, so brandy is basically to be considered as the distilled product of the wine. So basically, if we talk about the brandy, we get the brandy after the fermentation and distillations of the grape juice. So the final liquid that you get after the fermentation and the distillation of the grape juice, that is basically considered as brandy. Whereas brandy can also be made by using different fruit juices. So in that scenario, we would be calling them as a fruit brandy. But generally, until and unless the word fruit brandy has not been used, until and unless the word fruit has not been used in front of the brandy, we will consider as if we have been talking about the brandy, which is basically made by using the grape juice only. So after getting the grape juice, fermentation process takes place. After fermentation, distillation process takes place, and at the end we get the final product in the form of brandy. In fact, this particular brandy word has directly been taken from brand vin. Brand vin means it is called burnt wine. So after the wine has been distilled, that's how the brandy has basically got its name, from the burnt wine. Now, without getting into the detail of its theory part, because we will focus on the practical aspects only, but still we need to discuss some of the important aspects of it. If somebody asks you this question, which particular brandy is to be considered as the finest quality of a brandy, then you will have to say the finest quality or the finest or very popular brandy is known as cognac. Why it is called cognac?
Because it is made from
Spelling क्या है
France.
इसकी sir?
Now the question is why it is called cognac. So answer will be it is
Made from
called
France.
cognac because there is a specific place in the France by the name of cognac. And that particular cognac brandy is basically produced from that particular region only. Now there is one more question that arises from this. Like if you have been preparing or producing the brandy in any cognac region of in France, will that be called as in cognac? So again the answer will be no. There are only 6 regions in the cognac. And if the brandy is produced from those 6 regions only, then only it would be called as cognac. What all those 6 regions are? First is known as Grande Champagne. Second is known as Petit Champagne. Third is known as Bordeaux. Fourth is known as Farbois. Fifth is known as Beaubois. And sixth is known as Bois Ordinaire. So these are the 6 regions in the cognac. So if the brandy is produced from these regions only, that will be called as cognac brandy. There is one more question for the interview, like which particular brandy is to be considered as the oldest brandy. So the answer will be Armagnac. Along with that, there is one more commonly asked question for the interview. What are the brands of cognac? some of the very popular, approximately you can say that the 96% of the hotel generally use a very commonly found 5 to 6 brands only, hardly 3 to 4 brands only, not even 5 to 6. Those brands are NSA, Hein, it is Remy Martin, Martel, and someplace it is called Camus, but in French it is called Camus. So these are the commonly, you can say that, very popular brands of the cognac. Now enough students have joined. Now let's begin with the service part of the brandy. As we know, the brandy is generally drunk during the season of winter because it is supposed to be considered as a very warm drink. Keeping that view in the mind, if you have any finest quality of brandy, so that will be served neat only. But yes, most of the guests prefer to have the brandy with the warm water. So one thing always keep in your mind, generally there is a trend of serving the brandy with the warm water. So keeping, and most of the guests prefer to have the brandy with the warm water only. So keeping that view in the mind and keeping the service of starter in the mind. So in today's practicals, I am going to show you how the service of the brandy is supposed to be done along with the warm waters and along with one of the starters. So kindly focus on the screen, please. As today's practicals is totally dedicated towards the service of brandy, along with that we will be doing the service of the starter. So as you know very well, whenever the steward has presented the beverage menu card to the guest, after presenting the beverage menu card to the guest, we need to keep the guest wait for a while. We need to give free hand to the guest to decide exactly what the guest wants to order. And after seeing the body language of the guest, then only we'll have to approach to the guest. As you can see on your slide also, we have 2 lab attendants. One is by the name of Sadbir. In this particular PPT, he has been acting just like a guest only. And we have one more lab attendant by the name of Adnan. So he has been taking the order of the brandy. We know very well how come you will be in the positions to take the orders if you would be knowing some of the famous brands of the brandy. That would be NSA, Hein, Biscuit, Remy Martin, Martel, Camus, or maybe Camus, depending upon if you will if you will spell out in English, it will be called as Camus. If you will spell out in French, it will be called as Camus Cognac, where S word is silent. So after taking the orders, and while taking the order also, the server is going to take the order of the starter side by side. Now, once the order has been taken, then the next part would be the server is going to place the order. And how come is going to place the orders? He will place the orders in the system itself, in generally the POS system, point of sale system. So now we consider as if the server has placed the order, and the BOT is going to be get generated in the bar for the drink, where BOT stands for beverage order ticket, and KOT will be generated in the kitchen. KOT stands for kitchen order ticket for the order of starter which is being asked by the guest. Before actually the drink is supposed to be served, before actually the starter is supposed to be served, first of all, we need to present or we need to serve the complimentary starter to the guest along with the drink. And here our server is serving the complimentary snacks in the form of salted peanuts. So see how the server is holding the salver. Server is holding the salver on his, you can say that the left hand. He is having a clean salver. He has covered the salver by using the waiter's cloth. On the top of it, he is having the saucer as an underliner for the monkey dish. There is a doily paper between the saucer and the monkey dish. Inside the monkey dish, there is salted peanuts and there is teaspoon next to it. Now you can see how the server has positioned himself. If you see his hand, if you see his salver is away from the guest. And basically this particular salver is positioned just behind the back seat of the guest, just behind the back seat of the guest. This particular salver should not remain near to the guest. It should always remain away from the guest. As you can see, by using his right hand, the server is placing these salted peanuts at the center of the table. So whenever any server has been serving the complimentary snacks in the monkey dish, it has to be placed at the center of the table. Now, as you can see the position of all the thing. Now, after giving the complimentary snacks, that is, here in our case, it is to be considered as salted peanuts. Now, the server would be ready along with the salver, and he is ready to pick the order from the bartender. As you can see, the bartender has been using the peg measure in order to measure the 30 ml. 30 ml is equivalent to 1 peg of the brandy. And focus onto this particular glass also. The name of this glass is known, generally it has two names. It is either called brandy sniffer glass or it is either called brandy balloon glass. So it has two names associated with it. In some of the books you will find it will be called as brandy sniffer glass. Why it is called brandy sniffer glass? Because generally it is a practice, like whenever the guest is going to sip the brandy, before taking the first sip, the guest is going to inhale it. The guest is going to inhale the aroma of the brandy. And inhalations means what? Inhalations means the other term is sniffing. The guest is going to sniff the brandy. The guest is going to sniff the aroma of the brandy. That's why, keeping that view in the mind, it is also to be called as brandy sniffer glass or brandy balloon glass. So as you can see, the bartender has been measuring the 30 ml of an brandy. And whenever, as I told you in the earlier video also, whenever you are serving any alcoholic drink from the bar, no matter to whatever the extent you are expert, working in the bar as a bartender, but always whenever you are serving any alcohol, always kindly measure it with the help of the peg measure. Now he has put the brandy in the brandy sniffer glass, and along with that he has also given a stirrer, and on the other hand he has provided the warm water in decanter. So the service part is very easy. What all the things do you require in terms of a Misa is concerned? You would be needing one salver, you would be needing one waiter's cloth, that by using that waiter's cloth you are going to cover the salver. Along with that, you would be needing one brandy balloon glass, one peg of brandy, that is 30 ml, and one stirrer. Next to it, you are going to use the chaser. In the decanter, that will be warm water. So now you can see the things which are kept on the salver. So I'm not going to repeat all the things again, but salver will be there, waiter's cloth, brandy balloon glass with 30 ml of an brandy. Kindly don't ever take the bottle of the brandy on salver. I have seen, even after attending the practical, by most of the students, when they actually go for appearing for the practical exams, they do the mistake. They generally carry the bottle of the alcohol on the salver. Kindly don't do that. When you would be appearing for your practical exam, in that scenario, only for short duration of time, you will have to behave like an server, and for short duration of time, you will have to act like a bartender also. So don't ever do this mistake while carrying the bottle of an whiskey, carrying the bottle of an rum, carrying the bottle of an brandy on the salver. Right. So it is pre-measured by using the peg measure, 30 ml of an brandy with stirrer. Along with that, we would be needing one coaster and one decanter containing the warm water, not the hot water, warm water. Now, again see the positions where the server has been holding the salver. First, he is going to place the coaster just next to the highball glass, which is here to be considered as a water glass. And there is one more thing. If that particular coaster will be having the logo of the hotel, then the logo of the hotel should face towards to the main guest. Now, after placing the coaster, now it is a time to place the brandy and see how the steward or the server is holding the glass. The server is holding the glass from its base. See how he has been holding the glass by using his just the index finger and the thumb from its base, not from its top, not from the mid part. Now, after taking the approval from the guest, he has started pouring the warm water. And while pouring the warm water, you will have to keep on looking towards to the guest. And once you will see, the guest, by showing his body language, is asking you to stop, then you will have to stop pouring the warm water. And it is always advisable, while you start pouring the warm water, you will have to say few sentences. Those few sentences will be, sir, kindly let me know when to stop. Right? So just once you are just about to get ready to pour the warm water, you will have to stop and you will have to say, sir, kindly let me know when to stop. In case maybe the guest is busy in talking with some other guest, then you will have to first of all attract the, you can say that, the attention of the guest. And for that you will have to say, excuse me, sir. Third scenario. In the third scenario, when the guest is busy in his or her mobile and the guest has been making conversations on mobile, then in that scenario, you can put the glass of the brandy, but you are not supposed to pour the warm water. So there are three scenarios. In first scenario, the guest is looking at the brandy glass, that is brandy balloon. So in that case, you will have to ask from the guest, sir, kindly let me know when to stop pouring. Stop pouring what? Stop pouring the warm water. Secondly, in case when the guest has been like making interaction with the another guest, then in that scenario, at least you can draw the attention of the guest by saying, excuse me, sir. In the third scenario, when you are finding the guest has been busy in making conversation with the maybe some other guest on mobile, then in that instances, you will have to stop and you will have to let the guest to finish his or her conversation. Then only you will have to start pouring. Now here also see how your steward has been holding the decanter. So now the warm water has been served. Now after serving the warm water, the steward has gone to his side station. Now just now only I have discussed, like in this particular practical, not only we are going to learn about the service of the brandy, along with that we are also going to learn about the service of the starter. So now the service of the starter has begun. And it is not, I'm talking about the complimentary starter. It is actually the starter which has already been ordered by the guest. Now, first of all, the steward will have to open the serviette by taking the permission from the guest. And the steward will have to fold it diagonally and will have to place on the lap of the guest. And for that also, he need to take the permission from the guest by saying, sir, may I put this serviette on your lap, please? If the guest is saying, okay, carry on, you can go ahead, then only. Now, in the first instance, the steward will have to, first of all, place the, you can say that the dip, which is supposed to go along with the starter. And along with that, he is going to place the half plate. So in the right hand, he is carrying the dip for the starter. On the left hand, he is carrying the plate. The plate is supposed to be carried on the waiter's cloth. Now again, you can see how the steward has been standing just next to the guest. Now he has placed the dip. As you can see, the dip is supposed to be placed just next to the complimentary starter. And now he is placing the plate. Just see how he has been holding the plate. Just see his thumb. His thumb is basically away from the plate. As you can see in this diagram also, as fish knife and fish fork has already been placed, and the steward has been placing the half plate at the center of the cover. While placing the half plate, just see the direction of his thumb. It should always be away from the plate. So now the steward has placed the dip along with the half plate. Now it is a time for doing the service of the starter. For doing the service of the starter, you can see on the right hand, the steward is carrying the service gears. In this service gears, the steward is carrying the service spoon and the service fork. If you can see, service spoon is below to that of service fork. On the left hand, you can see the steward is carrying the platter, having the starter, and that particular platter should be having the base of your waiter's cloth. So you would be having the waiter's cloth. On the top of the waiter's cloth, there is a platter. Along with that, in that particular platter, there are starters. As we know very well, it is going to be platter to plate service, and platter to plate service is to be called as silver service. Keeping that view in the mind, whenever we are doing platter to plate service, so service will always be done from left hand side. So that's why the steward has been standing on the left hand side of the guest, not on the right hand side. If it would have been the pre-plated service, which is also to be called as American service, then in that scenario, the steward would have been standing on the right hand side of the guest. Now, just see, the steward has been keeping the platter near to the half plate, and on the right hand side, on his right hand, he is holding the service gears. Now the steward has picked one starter. As you can see, he has picked the starter first, which is nearby to the guest plate. He has not picked the starter which is nearby to him. That is very important thing that you need to observe. And by using the service gears, not by using any kind of tongs. So whenever you would be doing the silver service, it would always be advisable to avoid using the tong and stick with the service gears only. Now you can also see the steward has placed the starter, and see where the steward has placed the starter. The steward has placed the starter just at the center of the plate. You will not have to keep the starter on one side of the plate. You always have to keep it at the center of the plate. Now the starter has been served, and now you can see by removing the waiter's cloth, the rest of the starter, the steward along with the service gears, the steward has kept it at the center of the table only. And once the guest is about to get finished the starters, again the steward is going to come, and again the steward is going to reserve. So as you can see, the position of the complimentary starter and the starter are ordered by the guest along with the dip for the starter, which has already been ordered by the guest. Now we assume as if the guest has finished his starter. We are just assuming as if the guest has finished his starter, and now it is a time for doing the clearance. And for doing the clearance, as we all know very well, the clearance should always be done from the right hand side. Whereas if any cutlery has been placed on the left hand side, that has to be carried from the left hand side only. But generally all the things has to be cleared from the right hand sides. That's why the steward has been standing just next to the guest and taking the approval from the guest by saying, "May I clear your plate, sir?" Now the steward has picked the cutlery and the half plate, and see how he has placed that particular half plate on his left hand. Now, just now, as I was telling you, any of the cutlery which is lying on the left hand side will have to be picked from left hand side only. At any point of the clearance, the steward should not extend his hand across to the guest. Keeping that view in the mind, as you can see, the steward has been picking the fork from the left hand side. Now he has placed the fork next to the knife. Now he is picking the side plate, and he has been placing the side plate on his left hand only. Now he has been picking the starter, assuming as if the guest has finished the starter, and on that particular side plate only. And now he has been picking the dip for that starter. Now he has been standing by clearing all the misa for the starter. Now he is next to the side stations where he is going to keep all those clearance on the clearance tray. Now the clearance for the drink has to be done, and for clearing the drinks, it is obvious, like you will have to clear the glass, and the glass cannot be cleared by using the bare hands. For that you would be needing the salver. So for clearing the complimentary starters and the glass in which the steward had served the brandy, that's why the steward is bringing the salver. And here also see the position of the salver. It is away from the guest. Now he has picked the brandy balloon glass. Next he is going to pick the coaster. Next he is going to pick the complimentary starter. And while picking and while removing the clearance at all the time, the salver should always remain behind the guest. So this is all about the clearance. This is all about the clearance and the service of the starter.